Morning. Well, welcome to Curtis and Julie and Robert. You guys all look familiar. Let's get right into this today because people's time is very valuable. And I'd like to start by telling you a couple of internet marketing facts. And these are facts, what we're going through. This isn't just stuff that I've made up in my head. Internet has made more millionaires than any other industry in history. And when you see the people on this page, what do you think of? This is Janet and Don Roger, Mike Dillard, Jerry Schroeder, and Big Al Schrader. And by the way, Jerry has lost 60 pounds since that picture was taken. I probably should update Jerry's picture. Sorry, Jerry. Anyway, what I think of when I see this is internet marketing success, because these people, all four sets, all five people, are very successful internet marketers. There are two ways to build a successful business online. There's 1,000 ways, but there are two main ways. Number one way, and the way that Janet and that I did it in the past, is just simply send a gazillion people to your website. You send enough people to your website, some of them are going to sign up if they find what they're looking for when they get there. And that is the method that I used. The second way is to build your list, and this is for long-term success in your security and stability. And if you have a large enough list, you could sign up in a new company today, and within a week you could become their top distributor. And this is a fact. It's happened before. It happens all the time. And maybe that's why we went from 6 figures to $400 a month, and probably within a year after I left and started working on my house. And these two things sort of fit together too. All right, there's two things that every new internet marketer needs. They need training, and they need something to sell, which could or could not be a product-driven MLM. But I'll tell you one thing, all four people on the previous screen have had and are with product-driven MLMs, so they all have their place. Okay, you need to have something of value to offer people that you do send to your website. Right now, the Sakura Project has two kinds of website building training. We have personal website building training, and we have training for people that want to have a brand name, like brand a store or something to that effect. For instance, if you had like a little shop, you would want to maybe use a logo rather than put your own face on the internet. But we need to get ourselves out there too. Like Michael Camary, he's the guy with the bird on his shoulder. I'd be the guy with the white hair with the guitar in the background, or something like that. Everyone needs to have their own brand. Right now I'm working on fan page training, but no one actually needs fan page training until they have something to offer people that do come to their website. This is something that I'm working on that intermediate internet marketers will need and should have. Step one to internet marketing success: always get your website set up. I'm sorry, my train of thought just derailed there for a second. You need to get your website set up and looking nice. This is about branding you again and your business name. And where we are going from here is all Sakura Project training, existing training, is being reorganized and going onto one main website. The Sakura Project will have a getting started checklist. All right, people that show that they will actually put the work into this and then they get stuck, we are going to provide a little bit of one-on-one training or personal mentoring for them with one of our team leaders. What this is going to do is it's going to weed out the tire kickers, because the internet is actually a place of desperation. People think that just because the internet is a place to make a lot of money, which it is, that it's a get-rich-quick scheme, and it isn't. By no means is internet marketing a get-rich-quick scheme. You need to put our time into it, and people that don't do step one. People that don't go through the Secure Project checklist, it's going to be goodbye, because we will not waste our time. The leaders of this company will not waste their time with people that aren't serious about it. And if there aren't any questions, which there aren't right now, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to actually get into resizing some images. All right. Okay, let's go grab some images, shall we? I do happen to have some image folders, and we'll do it a couple of ways. This image, as you can see, is 620 by 320. And this program is an old program called Microsoft Paint. It's a free program that comes with your computers. Now let's say that you needed an image that was 200 by 200. 200 by 200 is square, so what you would need to do in this situation is hit your select button and copy out what would be roughly a square part of this picture. And keep the main thing in the center, of course. Alright, cut, which would be Control X. Open up new. No, I don't want to save that the way it is. And you paste. Control V. You resize it. You click pixels. You click main, unclick that, sorry, and you go like this. 200 by 200. Okay? There you go. We've just resized a huge image into an image that was 200 by 200. Now let's say, for instance, you wanted to use this for a sidebar banner, and sidebar banners are normally 200. We could just scroll this down to 300 or something to that effect. And in here, we could click text, your text color, and type in here whatever you want it. For instance, resize this typing because it's just a little bit big. And to change the color of this, you just basically change, look here. Now since that is white, go back home and click here. Copy this, or highlight it, or other words. Control X. Control V. Bring it down wherever you want it. We have just created a banner for a sidebar that's 200 by 300, which is a perfect size for a sidebar banner. Now let's go back and grab another one. Don't save. Okay, let's grab a small, very small image. First step, of course, is to find your image, right? Okay, let's take this one for instance. Let's open it up. Right-click it, open with, paint. Now, if we were to take a small image like this and try to resize it to 200 by 300, watch what happens. There's what you get right there. See, this would not work. This is no good because it's too blurry. So if you needed an image small that is actually 200 by 300, you can't use one that's very small. You would have to get a bigger image. And let's go back and figure out where they are. Don't save. Nope. Now I've got one in here that's a very big image someplace or other. If I can find it. Here's one right here. All right. Take this for instance. we have an image that's 3200 by 2400. Open it up, and you've got, whoa, way too big. So the first thing you would do in this case is just resize it to, wager a guess, at 20%. There you go. Now this image could be used. You just grab your select, and again, copy it to about the shape roughly that you would want to use. Cut, which is Control X. Open a new one. Grab this by left clicking. Pull it up. Now you paste. Control V. Now we should be able to resize this the other way. 200 by 300. There's your 200 by 300 image, and I just lost 30 pounds. So that is another good way to actually create images, but I'm going to take this one step further. There's one more thing that I want to show before this is over, is how to make an image from a specific company. So how we do that, I'm going to open up Firefox, which is my actual favorite browser. And let's go to Google. Okay, now let's say we were with I don't know, for instance, Amway. It's there, it's the oldest one I can think of. Now you just simply click on Images. Related searches, Amway logo. Okay, now what I'm doing right here is hitting print screen. Okay, now I'm going to open up Paint, and I'm going to paste. Control V. I'm going to hit this select, copy this right here, Control X. Open up the new Paint, and again grab this down in the bottom right hand corner, left click, hold in and drag it smaller than the image size that you just copied. Paste it. Control V. All you need to do again is, you've got it, resize it. And the image size for that is 257 by 146. So in other words, we could make it for a sidebar banner if we wanted to, simply by going horizontal 200. That would maintain the aspect ratio. And then you can pull this down. Now resize it. $200 by 300. Now if you were an Amway distributor, you might type in here, click here for further information. And this is just a for instance, and I don't know Amway's policies and procedures because I haven't been with them in over 20 years. So I'm just saying that if your company allows you to do stuff like this, then you could do it. There's another thing you could do, is brand yourself. Okay, let's open the small one up. I know this is a small image. Click here, just go select all. Copy it. Take it back to the banner that we just made, paste it, Control V. There you go. I just became an Amway distributor. Now I think you get the idea. You can do this with any company, and image resizing is extremely important to no matter what is done on the internet. And if you have a shop, you need to take pictures of your things that you have in your shop, right? That's just common sense. And today is a short and sweet webinar, but it's a very important one. So let me come back into the room here for a sec. And okay, I don't think that Robert or Julie has any questions on that, and I know Curtis doesn't. So I think maybe what I'll do right now is actually record this on my own and upload it onto the main website that we're going to be doing all of this training on, which right now at this point is looking like it's pdimi.com or something to that effect. So that's what's happening. So to all of you guys that are watching this later, bye-bye.